Welcome to Hive AV. This will be both a smoke test and an overview of the next release, Hive AV 1.8. We'll begin by factory resetting Hive. So let's begin by going to settings and we'll do a factory reset. I'm going to hit the factory reset button, and this is going to wipe out everything that's stored in the database and memory, and then you have a clean slate to begin with. So let's begin at the very top with Versa, and I'm going to click on that. What's happening in the background is it's going out onto the network and querying all the encoders and decoders, and adding those into the system, and it automatically builds a matrix just like that. And you can see by just going over here, you can see I already have it already built. I mean, if that's all I need to do, matrix control and just find out everything, we're done. That's it. Right. But obviously, we're going to do a couple other things. First thing I want to do is rearrange these a little bit. You can do that by pressing and holding on this outside little item. For me, these are just the order that I want these in, right? And this is what I use day to day quite often. And we'll just kind of put it in this order like that. Okay. All right. And then the next thing I want to do is I want to change the icons. And this is a new feature inside of 1.8. You can see all the different icons we have. And these are for the encoder, right? Because the source is going to get routed to the display, and the display will show that source icon and label. We want them to be descriptive of what the source is. For Google TV, I'll do a little film reel. For Fire TV, I'll do my little fire icon right here. And if I wanted to relabel any of these, I could also relabel them. I'll just add a little space. And this updates it on the actual device itself. And you can always click on the link if you want to access the web page. And then you could do different settings here that it may not be available through the Hive. You can see how the label was updated right here from the change that I made. I'll make a little Apple for our MacBook. Let's go over to the decoders now. The decoders, they don't have icons. And again, that's because it's a display and it's going to show what the source is that you have routed to it. I want to reorder these a little bit so that they make a little bit more sense. These labels update as well. And again, that's part of the new feature set. And then these on the bottom, actually, let me put them in a better order here. What I'm doing here is I'm trying to order them so that the video wall shows up, and this should make a nice little display. You can see that right here. We have top left, top right, bottom left. We have all of our sources in order there. So under activities, we have this switching thing. Right now, if we had other switching devices that were here, you can pick the default. But because we added Versa first, it automatically made that switch, and you can see that. One of the new features also is going to be being able to use presets as a switcher. For audio, we're going to use Versa, and I have an amplifier connected to my Samsung decoder. This is going to create those audio levels for us. And then I'm going to quickly do my power presets. I control my displays with CEC. All right, and we have our CC set up, and just by default, when it's in the off or power on state, when you add the CC, it's automatically going to add that power on or off command. Just you don't have to search around for it. All right, so just like that, in a matter of minutes, really, we've created a whole user interface. And one of the updates is this power on screen has been updated. It's nice, it's clean, it doesn't show anything except for what's needed. And the user always knows, what am I going to do next? Well, you can go back to settings, or you can power on the system. We're going to power everything on. And quickly, we'll go over this right here. You basically select a source on the right. Just select that, send that to various things on the left. Put a camera TV down here, and you can see how each one updates as I go through, and these different things, and that way the user knows that, oh, hey, this Hive Touch or this source here is routed to these decoders and displays on the right parent, right? And one of the best features of this release, this is an actual button here. So when I select a source on the left, I could come in, I can select the displays on the right, or I can hit send to all. And so if you have a huge installation, this is great. Like for something like a casino, where you might have, 10, 20, 30, 40 different displays that you need to send a source to, it makes it really easy. You don't have to select a bunch of displays after you select the source. Now you could just send to everything that's out there, and everything will get this. And it only is going to show what is most visible. Nothing's really changed there, but again, this is controlling that audio on that Samsung decoder. I'm going to come back into settings, and then we'll go over some other stuff here. Let's add a few other devices. And under switchers, I'm going to add the MC200. Now, it's under switchers, but it's going to have this video wall interface. When I add the device here, it's going to enable this as the video wall interface, and I'll show that off in a second. And right now, this is the only video wall, but eventually Versa will be a part of that, right? And you'll be able to use that as a video wall. I'm going to add a camera right here. This is our 1080 PTZ camera. That we're also going HDMI into a Versa. This will give us control of that device. Great. And now I have a camera added. I have a MC200 added. So let's come in and do something else. I want to go into presets, and that way I can kind of show off a little bit more of the Versa interface, right? And you can see here, presets now have a little default switch, and you're also able to use presets as a default switch. I'll show that off also as well. But first, let's build out our pre and call this hide x4 4x4, right? Let's do a 4x4 for 4 sources and 4 outputs, and that way we can kind of see the video wall, right? I'm not going to build out the video wall, but this would be what it would look like if you wanted to send 1-to-1 in a 4x4, right? And I'll have a little hide icon right here. Nope, not that one. And then we'll go through and build this out. This interface here is also new. I redid this. So let's hide a couple of the sources and a couple of displays. We'll hide this display right here. Hide the Samsung right here. All right, this will hide the 2 main displays so that it'll just be a 4x4, so we can see what that looks like, and hopefully it'll be in the order that we want it to be. And then I'm also going to hide a couple of the sources, right? So let's say let's just hide give us 4. Now I'm gonna let's create a one. I just did a copy there. Now this is going to be a different hide. And this one we want to do a 4x1, right? 4 sources to 1 output. And this is important. I'll show you why in a moment. Come in here. Oh, we're going to actually use that hide again, right? We have a different label. It'll show up differently. All right, so instead of hiding this display, right, we're going to actually show this one, right? And we're going to hide the Samsung. We'll keep the Hive Touch hidden, and we'll hide all those and bottom left. So now we're hiding all the like 1 source and 4 displays, and we're just going to show that 1 scepter display, right? And finally, we'll do one last one that is going to be show all, right? All, we'll do this. Oops. Okay. Oh, and then we're just going to kind of go down the list and show everything that got hidden. Let's just, one of the presets hides this, so let's just show this. We have top left, top right, bottom left, and bottom right. There we go. I'm going to save this. So we have our 3 icons, and I'm going to hide so that we can get to a 4x4, hide again to get to a 4x1, and then show everything so you can see the 6. So let's go back and take a look at that. And you can see we have our icons at the top here for quick access if we want it. We have our MC200 interface right here. We have our camera right here. So, but let's come back over to presets, and you can see when I hit presets now, it hides the little text over here. You have a nice centered 3 presets that clearly show what everything is. Let's try this 4x4 at first, right? Let's do that. And I'll come back over to here. And you can see, look at how nice and clean this is. Again, this works exactly the same way. I can select a source, then an icon, very simply, or I could just do a send to all. Boom, just like that. That's pretty nice. Let's go back over to presets, because now I want to show you something different. Now we're going to do a 4x1. And this is important because it's going to change the interface slightly, right? Now you notice there isn't a send to all button, right? Now you just see a send to with an arrow, and it's kind of grayed out because you can't click on this. This doesn't do anything. Because all you have to do now, because there's only one display, is just simply select the source. And it's going to automatically send that over. So you don't have to select source and display. You don't have to select source, and there's no send to all, right? And the way this works is this works with visibility, right? So this is going to be compatible with room combo and room divide, and I'll show that off in a second. But that's what makes this so user friendly, so nice, such a nice clean interface. And you're sending a source to a very obvious display, and you can see that source in the actual display. It's kind of nice. And powering off the system hides everything, and you have a nice clean interface. And as a AV tech, I can press and hold this cog and come back over here to settings. Now I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to make a bunch of copies because I just want to show what this page looks like. And then I'm going to make this the default switch. So let's just do some copying. All right. Maybe I'll switch up some of these icons a little bit. All right. I have a laptop, video conferencing, preset. Yeah, and so the presets here, the icons here are going to be different than the ones that are just going to be for sources, right? And in a real world, maybe I'm just changing one thing on all these presets, right? All right, so I made a good amount of presets. Let's set presets as the default switcher. You can either do that from presets right here, or you could do it from right here. And I'll come back over here. And now when I power on, you can see that the presets, it becomes the main AV switch, right? And see how it's associated with that. And then you can see, here we are. This is what like 18 presets look like. They're still nice and centered. They still have room for up to 25, I believe, 5x5. And so this is pretty good looking, and it's nice. And this could be used if maybe you don't really have a switching interface, or maybe you're using a display as a switch, right? Then you can build out this display control and inside of Hive, and then just build the presets out for HDMI 1 and 2, or whatever switching that you need to do that's outside of the drivers that are there. So it's a good feature. And let's go back real quick. And now I'm going to just go into something else. I'm going to set this back to Versa. And then we're going to come in and we're going to build two presets for room combo. And this is going to be very similar to how we built those presets for the show hide inside, but it'll work a little bit differently. So now I enabled the room combine presets. And we're just basically going to do what we did over there, and just show and hide different displays. I'm only going to when the room's divided, we'll just show the scepter display. All other displays we're gonna hide. Bottom left, bottom right, Samsung, top right, top left, and the Hive Touch. Right? So that's what we're going to hide when the room's divided. It just has one display. When we combine it, then it has everything, all the rooms that are combined. There might be just 2 panels that are combining, or there could be 3, or it could be a dozen, or it could be 100. Every panel has two states, combined or divided. And once they're synced, then any panel can combine and divide a space. Now the rooms are combined. We want to show all those things that we just hid. I think we got it all. Now I'm going to come back over to my interface, and you can see when I select room combine, then it's going to show all of our different displays. And again, I can come in, select a few of these, or maybe select that and that, this. And then whenever you select one of these, it's going to show you what that connection is, if there is one, right? And then that way the user knows, oh, this is what's connected, even though they can see it. And again, the all powerful send to all button, boom, just like that. And now I'm going to divide the room. And here we are. No reason to have a send to all button anymore. Now, whenever I press anything on the left, it's going to go right over to the right. Yep. Any source to display without any need for another button. Thank you once again for joining me. Until our next release.